Good morning, besties, and welcome to Switzerland. Today, I'm going to take you along on a day in the life at the Locarno Film Festival. So, buckle up and enjoy the ride.
Hey, what is up, my guy? If you get that reference, you're iconic, and obviously my day had to start with a giant bowl of porridge. Excuse the salad bowl, it was the only bowl we had left. Food as fuel. After walking upstairs for what seemed like forever and meeting lots and lots of bestie lizards. These guys are my faves. Honestly, in another life, I'm a lizard that lives in the mountains of Locarno. Mother Goose, Father Zoom and I made our way to the Cardada, which you might remember if you saw last year's videos. If you're one of the OGs that saw those vlogs, let me know by commenting a mountain emoji. I see you, bestie, I see you. We happened to bump into some absolutely adorable dogs, so I had to say hi, and then we embarked on the beautiful but yet slightly nauseating journey all the way up the mountain. At the top there were several opportunities to mess around, so of course I took them, swinging on a swing, doing handstands on a ginormous bench, and walking down the plank of death. My answer? Yes. Morning snack was an entire bottle of squash, which I chugged right there and then, and a fresh nectarine, which was a refreshing change from the manky apples we were forced to eat in hospital. Food in the real world tastes good, my dudes. A bit of backstory for you guys, this video was actually filmed around 3 days after me being discharged from an inpatient unit. If you didn't know, in 2024 I was hospitalised for 4 months due to my eating disorder, but now I can proudly tell anorexia to kiss my ass. The day after my mental health team stopped threatening to section me, I did the only rational thing you can do in a situation like this, and fled the country. Dare I say it was the best decision of my life? By the way, I'm not joking when I say all of that. In all seriousness though, waiting 10 minutes to swing on this swing was likely very unnecessary, but I did it anyway, and it made for a good reel or two on Instagram. Ooh. Talking of Instagram, is this a good time for a plug? Yes, my dudes, we are almost at 100,000 alien gang members on Instagram. Isn't that insane? Follow me at @catthecucumber to help me with my goal of world domination. Anyways, all that aside, we saw these guys paragliding or parasailing. Honestly, I don't know what it's called. Someone correct me in the comments. But honestly, I would try it. Even though I used to be deathly afraid of heights, after the year 2024, I'm no longer afraid of death, and I would happily bungee jump if you paid me to. Oh my gosh, look at the green lizard, isn't he beautiful? Yes, thank you, thank you. Oop, I spot food. Yes, my dudes, at this point I was ravenous, because all my parents had packed for a 3-kilometer walk back down the mountain was a singular flat peach. And as you may have previously seen, I devoured that very early on. Can someone please tell Mother Goose and Father Zoom to pack more food for their child going through extreme hunger? Quick pizza review, yes, I always have a margarita con funghi. Judge me, I dare you. I'd give it a solid 6.5 out of 10. Definitely not the best on my trip, but pizza in Switzerland and Italy is always so much better than anything you'll ever find in the UK. After lunch is always the hottest time of day, so once we got back to my uncle's flat, I just spent some time doing Duolingo. If you're wondering, I am doing Italian. It is my favourite language in the world. Driving past Area 51 itself, my birthplace, we headed to the lake. And yes, I do have a new bikini from last year. Although weight gain is a terrifying thing, it is a great excuse to have a whole new wardrobe. I got Mother Goose to film some of my jumps and dives off of the floors, and as you can tell, I was very proud of myself. When it's just me being my unmasked self, I have the time of my life. Also, to those of you in recovery from a restrictive eating disorder that are afraid to gain weight, watch this next clip. This is what a healthy body looks like. And if I may say so myself, the body is bodying. Someone lost their toy mermaid on the grass, so I sunbathed with it. If the owner of the mermaid happens to be watching this video and would like me to return it, please call 02345, who do you think I am? I obviously left it there. Being the iconic family that we are, we got ice cream sandwiches. It was a bit too chocolatey for me, but it has my forgiveness. You may have been wondering, Kat, you said we were at a film festival. Where are all the films? Well, my dudes, here we are. I went in for the Italian film Luce, which translates to light, and got to see the cast, crew, and film festival director in action. This was the world premiere of the film. I was expecting big things, the audience, the cast, the crew, everyone was excited. But unfortunately, everyone walked out, politely mumbling appreciation, even though it was a lukewarm film with literally no storyline. Obviously, you can take the opinion of an award-winning filmmaker with a pinch of salt, if you so wish to do so, but I would not recommend. Obviously, I had more than just a salad for dinner. I don't know why I forgot to film the rest of my food, which was just plain old bread and cheese. I also had a big bowl of watermelon, which was my food hyperfixation at that point.
I have 10 mosquito bites.
Unfortunate update, I ended that holiday with about 27 mosquito bites. Yes, I counted. Here's a video where you can kind of see some of them on the back of my legs. In the evening, we got ready to go down to the Piazza Grande. I felt like an absolute princess in these clips. Honestly, looking back at old videos like this, where I don't yet have visible scars on my arms, makes me regret ever self-harming. I miss the old me, but at the end of the day, I know that being unwell never was and never will be my fault. We arrived at the Piazza a good 2 hours before the pre-film screenings had even begun, because unfortunately, commoners like us can't afford reserving a seat on top of buying a ticket. So we just had to settle down with a bit of light reading. Yes, that's the Hunger Games. Being the star that I am, I of course made it on the big screen for a second year in a row, and I hope I made you aliens proud. Eventually, after a lot of waiting, the Pardo alla Carriera award was presented and the film begun. We were watching Electric Child, and let me say, this was probably one of the best films I saw at Locarno 77. The film follows a man who develops a computer software system in an attempt to save his baby who is suffering from a terminal illness. If you have no idea what I just said, don't worry, it was a very surreal film. I wouldn't expect you to understand. Just kidding, I love you. Despite it being a good watch, the film went on for way too long. We were on the Piazza until after 1 AM. Bear in mind that we were watching the world premiere and there was another screening right after us. Kudos to the psychopaths who stayed up for the second screening. I could never. By the way, we literally saw someone get carried out on a stretcher, so clearly we weren't the only ones affected by the very late viewing time. That's it, my dude, a short little vlog. If you made it to the end of the video, make sure to subscribe and comment a leopard emoji so I know who the real ones are. Toodles!